we're so excited about this partnership with the Hispanic Chamber, and I am going to be talking a little bit, like she said, about the founding of the Rangers today. So a lot of people do ask us, when were the Texas Rangers founded? And the legend of the Texas Rangers really starts back in 1823. But the interesting thing is that the Rangers were kind of formed over quite a few different months in 1823. And it was a pretty interesting process that involved a lot of different kind of cultural traditions from the Texas area. It has roots in both Great Britain and the Spanish colonies. So with Great Britain, they did have Rangers back on kind of the mainland, the homeland, and then also when they came over to what would become the United States, and they ranged the frontier kind of looking for squatters and poachers. And then with the Spanish colonies, they had compañías volantes, which were flying squads that kind of ranged the frontier as well to protect the Spanish colonists. So the Texas Rangers really came from kind of both of those traditions. And this all started back when Stephen F. Austin brings the original 300 American families down to settle in Texas. And once they got here, they quickly figured out that there was definitely a need for some frontier defense. So with Austin's permission, an administrator of one of the colonies named Jack Johnson Tomlinson wrote to the Mexican governor of the state, Jose Felix Tres Palacios, and asked permission to create the very first Rangers. And luckily for us, Governor Tres Palacios did say yes. Now, after a few months of them starting their work, Austin and the rest of the colonists figured out that the small number they originally requested wasn't quite enough to get the job done. So in the later kind of part of the year of 1823, Austin sent out the now famous call for 10 additional men to range for the common defense. That's actually a quote from the letter that Austin sent. And that's really kind of the start of the Texas Rangers. Now, like I mentioned at the beginning, the Rangers are very much kind of a melding of a lot of different horseback traditions. From the kind of Hispanic tradition, they did take the mobility, the equipment, and tactics from those flying squads. And then with the American heritage, one of the things they used were actually American firearms. They used Kentucky and Pennsylvania rifles. In their work, they drilled with them. They also competed with each other on how well they could shoot with them. And then they also learned a lot from the Native Americans, specifically the Lipan Apache tribe. They learned how to track really well. They learned how to live off the land and also use the terrain for for their own good. You'd be able to use that terrain properly. Now, just like the origin of the Texas Rangers, the Rangers themselves in the early days were very ethnically and racially mixed as well. There were Hispanic Rangers, Native American Rangers, European and American. There are actually two pretty famous Lipan Apache Native American commanders, Castro and Flaco, and one of the most famous Ranger commanders from Mexico at this time was Commander Menchaca. Now, as time goes on, the Rangers definitely start becoming a more effective fighting force, and by the time the Texas Revolution happens in 1836, about 13 years after they were originally founded, they really have evolved into a very, very effective fighting force to protect the colonies of Texas. And that is about what we're going to talk about today for the founding of the Texas Rangers.
Thank you so much, Audrey. Do you know if you can mention anything about what we see here in the background, some of the, I guess, equipment or suits that the Rangers wore?
Yes, definitely. So the funny thing about Rangers is they have never had a uniform. So early Rangers really just wore whatever would best protect them in the field because they're out on the frontier, which can be, sometimes a very dangerous place to be. So, and all of the Rangers were volunteers and they had to provide all of their own supplies. So it was very much whatever they had. So this would have been an example. This is actually kind of a Mexican vaquero outfit because like I said, that the Rangers were very ethnically diverse back then. Mm-hmm. Whoever could do the job. And so that's where you see this. That wide brim hat is very important. If you're out, outside for a long time, that protects you against the sun, the rain, all kinds of things. And then you've got the kind of leather chaps, which are a very popular kind of Western look now for sure, but were very useful back then for all kinds of different reasons.
So
that's
cool.
A little bit of what you see here. And then this has different outfits from different time periods of the Rangers and kind of different culture as well.
Awesome. Well, Audrey, thank you so much for all of your time and giving us the information. I look forward to having this posted so that way we can get it to our membership. And then we will update you guys sometime this week about doing the Facebook Live, so that way everyone who is interested can send in questions, and Audrey can answer as best as possible.
Yes. I don't know everything.
But she knows quite a few. She's great to talk to. I'm so excited to be here. Once again, thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you for the opportunity. We're excited to have you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.